telephone, Maggie, you have summoned me. That's...
I did?
Yes, by the drum set. Remember, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we're supposed to be doing that thing.
Yeah, I'm ready.
No. It's supposed to be me doing it, not you. Anyway, remember that time we put it on the calendar? I was supposed to be doing, remember? You said, get things done. I want the Barbassian out here to do get things done. So I was like, gah, 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 gah. And I was like, I'm going to show you all how to play bass like this. Gah, gah, gah. Because I've noticed a lot of people lately on the internet have been terrible. I've been scouring up, down, left, right, deep internet, dark, weird stuff. I'm doing stuff right now.
Excuse me, so you don't want to take it over all this?
I thought that was the thing. Remember you said, hey, remember, I'm going to show up. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. I'm going to say everything. And then I was like, yeah. I'm just going to yell a bunch of craziness and have a wonderful time. And you're like,
you know what?
What are you talking about? Remember that? And then I was like, you hung up on me. So I thought that was the end of it. I thought you hung up on me.
Anyway.
I thought that was an agreement.
All right, fine. You do whatever. You know, like,
right, here I go.
Let me
Easy. That's made of rare animal hide that was actually imported from another planet.
It is all yours.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't... Anyway, today's episode of Get Things Done, we are about to describe to you a few things. 1, what you should really be practicing when you get your bass. 2, do you really need pedals and all that goofiness? 3, what amp you should really get, because there's all kinds of crazy stuff and you waste a lot of money buying junk that doesn't work, that stinks, that you hate. Alright, I'm going to show you how to advance being bass playing awesomeness beyond any type of loser-esque ideas that bass would want to ever be that could possibly hinder a man to advance further. Yes, I am going to help all of you become better bass players. There's way too many bass players out there that stink. Bass player example 1, bass player for Taylor Swift. What are you doing, bro? Come on, you have an awesome audience in front of you, and you're just going weak sauce, man. It breaks my heart, bro. Anyway, I'm going to show you all that stuff. Great. Wonderful. So here we go. You're still listening. Awesome. This is part 1. The first things you should actually be studying. Stop listening to other people's songs and try to follow along with them and learning the song note by note. Guess what? Great, good job. You memorized some lines. You're not a bass player. Stop doing it. Alright? That's not bragging rights. What you should be doing instead of spending all your time doing that is memorizing your scales. This is your holy Bible now set forth. This is what every Barbassian memorizes. They are sung the lullabies too as a child. They are memorized, beaten, branded, and burned into the flesh of those that refuse to memorize the holy text. This is your grail, people. This is what every Barbassian should aspire to learn. Your scales and nothing else. Once you learn your scales, then you shall be on to your next level to be a Barbassian. That is how you do it, folks. 1 scale a week, up, down the neck. Memorize it, backwards, forwards, until you can't do it anymore because you've forgotten you're still doing it. That doesn't even make sense, because it won't. You will ask yourself, why am I doing this? As your bones stick through your flesh, because you have now devoted yourself to bass. You are now a worthy man or woman or whatever planet you deem hail from, don't care, whatever. You can now be on your way to be a Barbassian. Learn your scales, not other people's. I'll give you a little tip. While you're doing it, don't sit down, stand up. If you sit down while playing bass, you cannot groove. If you cannot groove, how do you expect others to dance to yours? Now, on to part 2. Part 1.5. Part 1.5. There we go. That's not bad. Damn it. Part 1.5. Here's how you do it. I should explain a little bit further with the book. The reason why it's nice and small with the gig bag book, you can take it with you wherever you go. Now, if you are jamming with somebody, you can't quite figure something out, you're like, man, you're crazy. And they don't believe the fact that you have memorized the sacred texts. You can pull out your Holy Scripture and show it to them and say, yes, this is how you do it. AKA, sometimes you might forget. And your lashings will be delivered quickly, I'm sure. Self-administrated, verbally and or physical will suffice, depending on the infraction. Anyway, I digress. Yes, you can use that to play with somebody else. That way you can easily find your reference point and go with them. You're like, oh yeah, don't know what to play exactly. There we go, I got you. Let's do this. And then you're ripping away. There you go. Now, on to part two, like I said earlier. Pedals. Pedals. What pedal to get? Oh man, there's a million of them. Oh, you gotta get the distortion pedal. Everybody gets the distortion pedal. Oh, I don't have one. As a bass player, do not get a distortion pedal first. That is the worst thing you want to do. Alright? Do not do it. Waste of time. You're just, honestly, it's kind of like doing a peep show looking at treble through the window at night looking like a weirdo, man. Don't do it. It's disgusting. Anyway, that's for later you do that. Later. Right up front, if you're thinking about getting a pedal, don't. Some of the greatest bass lines of all time haven't been written pedalless. Stop. Learn your instrument first. That is step one. Notice that this is step two. And now I'm talking about pedals, not in step one. One comes before two. Three is later. Four is not even questioned right now. We are on step two. Pedals. The first pedal as a bass player you should look at getting is probably some type of drum machine. Simplistic in form, easy to use. I personally use the Mini 2 Beat Buddy. You can find them on eBay, relatively inexpensive, or you can find them on Musician's Friend, Sweetwater. Many of places. Call your local music store first and see if you can work out a deal. They're usually pretty helpful and friendly folk. Back to it. Use some type of drum machine first. And who cares about the effect you can add to your music? This will help you learn to play with the other half. The percussion. Bass is not alone. It always needs percussion. And we say that only because percussion truly needs bass at all times. It's just I have to say that legally first. That bass needs percussion. Yes, anyway, you get the picture. Alright, what was I saying? Yes, drum machine goes first. Some type of... That way you can learn to play with somebody. If you get out and play with somebody, it's just... You have to form an army to take down treble. You cannot do it alone. Many have tried. I have seen their works and know that they are noteworthy and honorable, but treble can only be slain together. For its mind and twisted fate will sink deep into the ears of man. Anyway, the next pedal you should think about getting, in fact, is some type of octave pedal. An octaver, an octave-E, an octave pedal. You have, on mine I have a setup of two. I have a nether pedal, analog. And you can battle me, which one's better, analog, digital, whatever. Depending on the purpose or intent that is used, the sacred text definitely describes that either sound can be used as long as it is used honorably to discharge the hand of fate to treble. So I have on my high side, I have the nether pedal. Made by TC Electronics. It is very nice. It does tend to dip out on the lower notes. That's why it's up on the high side. On the low side of my house, I have the Octave OC5 by Boss. It is truly a great thing made by man's hands, made to craft the evils, the hands of deepness, The ones that have done the most travest of actions of transgressions. That is only what is truly used, because it is the most powerful. The octave OC5 can handle even the deepest of notes. Yes, listen to the deepness just reverberate. Alright, that's how the octave works. It plays the above and below. It makes it, fattens it up, and I shall show you with this design here. If you look closely at this awesome craftsmanship, that it's not just written on cardboard, no, it is actually carved into the
skin's hide of a Trebelonian that was attacking deeply on the planets of Neptar. Yes, anyway, that's besides the point that it doesn't even matter.
You have your normal frequency hitting. If you're using the octave, it fattens that up. It just widens it. But the only thing you have to be careful of with the octave is if you go too tight, it just slams together and forms a knot. So you must be careful with your speed. Pedals. It's probably the bass player's best thing. In fact, if you don't have one in your arsenal and you have pedals, you might as well just, well, put one in your arsenal. Let's be quite frank, because if you don't have one in your arsenal, you don't have one. You need one. You see where it gets muddy in the speeds. Plates. Alright. So there is your pedals. If you're a bass player, you're looking at some type of drum looping machine and some type of octave pedal as your first real series of pedals you should get. Then maybe you should dabble at distortion, but be careful of distortion, for it quickly touches the hands of treble. A bass player's true best friend is fuzz. The fuzz. For you can lay down some sweet jams, the fuzz, but unfortunately right now I will not be touching upon that. That's a later topic for the grand beaver of fuzz shall be shown. It's a pedal. Next is amps. Alright, section 3, amplifiers. First off, before you start giving a gabbling at amplifiers, you should probably check out a few things that you need. 1, what type of music are you doing? And 2, who and what are you performing for? Yes. It's important to know. So if you're going to start playing like big venues and all kinds of stuff, you don't get anything big off the top. You want some tiny little itsy bitsy cheapest thing as possible, or better yet, even just some type of amplifier that goes to headphones. You don't need much. Just so you learn the true things without interfering with other people's day-to-day lives. No one wants to hear you suck. Let's be quite frank. And then when you are learning, you're like, hey, everybody come gather around to learn how to do this. You're like, your neighbors don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Practice. It's not a big deal. So learn. Now you're doing it. Now you think about your amps. So don't get one too crazy right off the bat. You don't need nothing. Just your learning. Stop it. Now, so you are progressing, you're getting better. And you want to play in a band, you want to do something crazy, it's fine. Just get something big. Go big. Bigger the better. Small amps are neat, but they don't go big. Look, it's pathetic. It's tiny. It sounds really good. The quality's actually quite nice. I'm sorry. It's actually a good amp. It's a Lion 6 guitar amp. How you run it through the drum machine. Whatever. It's a good amp. It's just, you're not going to gig with it. You're not playing shows with it. It's nice, it's good for practicing, but you're wasting money. Just save up, buy something big. You can always turn it down. But this one, oh, you're so loud. There you go, amplifiers. There, treble. Your fours produce a tighter sound, so if you're doing pops and slaps, your fours are probably a nice little thing for it. If you want to go deep and dark, your 15s, your big speakers, let them handle it. Throw it all at it. There you go. Let them rumble.
Let him call out the name of Barbassian.
If there's any more questions, feel free to send them my way. Now, back to your normal things. Back to get it done. Getting all things done. Yes.
And
What?
as a
How
quick
dare you?
reminder, it is still my show.
It is.
Till next time.
Thank you, great Zeus.